because I thought you.
Well, we're streaming.
Oh, you start.
This is the pre-stream. That's why there was no intro. Because on the pre-stream, I don't do no intros because I have no toes. Gotta suck on them dough because they really crusty and really old. Anyway, the stream will start in a few minutes. We're just doing the last of the prep. I am pretty bad at prep, so we will we'll do as we can. But yeah. But the stream is open. Oh yeah, I forgot you guys are seeing all my school projects and shit. Oh, there it is, all the stuff. The master file. Where all my credit cards are kept. Anyway, the plan today is going to be a little different. I'm very excited because we are doing a different type of show. We are going to be doing call them deep dives, but the name is still in the works because we are trying out new things and we want to see whether or not we end up liking them. How does it sound? That's good. So
rev up those fries because we're about to roast
Patty Bobinson.
But people actually like when I went up YouTube. There's like 3 political live streams of Trump's arrangement. I'm like,
Do you want to do the arrangement?
I don't even think he's in the courthouse at the moment.
Okay,
Maybe.
if it starts when we're done, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Fuck the actual stream, the other stream we're doing today. Okay, let's do our intro. Come on. Hello. We got ThoughtDrought.
We're live. Yeah.
Fuck it, we're doing it live. Fuck it. Hello. We are fuck it. I mean, we are ThoughtDrought.
Where your thoughts
Get fucked.
drained.
What?
Get fucked.
Okay. So today's a bit of a special day. I've talked about it before, but just in case I cut out that first portion, this will be a deep dive on Patty Robertson.
Yeah, he just died.
He fucking died.
He did a lot of bad things before he hit the grave. So
he was a good man. We're talking about his greatness today.
Look, I don't wish death on anyone because they have loved ones and family members, but when you're a conservative host,
when you're evil,
that shoved religion down the throats of Americans and try to make that a force.
Oh, it's fine actually. That's
politics. Sort of the shit life, Sort of didn't do great things up until the age of 93.
Yeah, he was a scourge on the human species for 93 years.
And you got to be specific when they say a Baptist minister because he didn't like other sects of Christianity.
So before we get into it,
yeah,
most people know who he is. But we will talk about who he is in a second. But Pat Robertson, yes, he did die, and he died on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, so he died a few days ago, and he died at the rotten old age of 93 in his Virginia Beach home in Virginia. Is VA Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the fucking federal.
At his beach home at the VA.
Oh
yeah, I would say he has a beach home at the Veterans Hospital.
I'm not fucking that one up, man. I'm just saying.
Well,
Mr. Robertson built a entrepreneurial empire based on his Christian faith. That includes universities, law schools, cable channels, Uh, a product of a family with politics in its veins. He waged a serious, though unsuccessful, campaign for the 1988 Republican presidential nomination,
Yep.
even resigning as a Biden minister so he could run because he began to face criticism of mixing church and the state. Ain't he a hero? Anyway, screw the rest of all this. We're gonna go into all of it, but what you need to know is the guy was a Christian fundamentalist who would push Christian fundamentalism on his channel, and he did it every single day. And you know what? If you've been following the Andrew Tate Sigma Male shit, some of this stuff might sound very familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start off about his life. Who is Pat Robertson? So, damn. You know something bad I just realized?
What?
I don't have his wiki article, even though I thought that was like one of the first ones. If you guys don't like wiki, then I don't know, find a better podcast. If you guys are cool with wiki, welcome to the Based and Wiki Pilled. So, he was born. Wait, no, is that
What?
He
was
yeah,
born
no,
on
Marion?
March 22nd, 1930 in Lexington, Virginia.
Marion Gordon?
Into a prominent political family, so, ties from the get-go.
Wait, Marion Gordon Robertson?
So if you read at the top, it shows that Pat was more like a nickname.
Oh.
All the way to the top.
Marion Gordon.
Pat
Yeah, I'm fucking
Robertson.
stupid. Yeah. So Marion Gordon Robertson was born on March 22nd. You should be reading this shit. On March 22nd, 1930, in Lexington, Virginia. He was into a very prominent political family, the younger of two sons. His parents were Absalom Willis Robertson. Ooh. Kind of looks like a Rockefeller. And doesn't say who his mom is, but I guess mom don't matter. And right, no, bad, okay.
Housewife and musician.
Oh, wait.
Huh.
Oh, never mind. And Gladys Churchill. Oh, okay. So there's no pictures of Gladys Churchill.
Yeah.
A housewife and musician. At a young age, Robertson's nicknamed Pat by his 6-year-old brother Willis Robertson. Oh, look at that. Who enjoyed patting him on the cheeks when he was a baby, while saying "Pat, Pat, Pat." Later, Robertson thought about which first name he would like people to use. He considered Marion. Dude, could you imagine?
Jesus, you think your first name is effeminate? So Pat Robinson's like, my name's gay. It's homoerotic. Pride Month, all this stuff. Pat
Pride.
Robinson.
What about the other deadly sins?
God.
Sorry. I stole that joke. I stole it. I stole it from the internet. Anyway.
Jesus.
That
must have caused a lot of self-hatred.
Did you marry?
To hate your name, and that's the reason why you changed. It wasn't because you wanted to create a cool persona. It was just oh, I don't like my name.
Yep.
I can understand from a marketing perspective. It's oh, I want to be someone else, someone more marketable. But it's just your internal disappointment.
It's just crazy how I actually thought Patrick would be a part of his name, but it is not.
No.
When he was 11, Robertson enrolled in the preparatory McDonough School outside of Baltimore, Maryland. He attended the Macaulay School in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he graduated with honors. Oh, he was a smart cookie. He gained admission to Washington and Lee University, where he earned a BA in history, graduating as a magna cum laude. He was also a member of the Phi Beta Kappa. As much as I want to look into all the sex cult stuff that might be in this, I don't. Just assume it's a sex cult. And safer that way. Oh, shit. In 1948, the draft was reinstated and Robertson was given the option of joining the U.S. Marine Corps or being drafted into the U.S. Army. He opted for the former. Robertson described his military service as follows. We did long, grueling marches to toughen the men, plus refresher training on firearms and bayonet combat. In the same year, he transferred to Korea. I ended up at the headquarters command of the 1st Marine Division, said Robertson. The division was in combat in the hot and dusty, then bitter cold portion of North Korea, just above the 38th parallel, later identified as the Punch Bowl and Heartbreak Ridge. For Robertson's service in the Korean War, he was awarded 3 battle stars. See, that's 3 more fucking battle stars than you ever got.
Yeah, I mean, he fought in a war. He did it.
He did it. He did. He fought the Koreans and lost.
Involuntarily made to do something. That's...
Again, Korea, one of the wars the United States lost. I think we can blame it all on Pat. Pat lost us the war. He didn't carry our team.
As Trump said, he likes the ones that don't get captured, right? So, he likes soldiers that
He likes winners, not losers. Loser guy. Lost the Korean War. 0 out of 1. North Korea 1. Pat Robertson 0. And then, in 1956... in 1960... he established the Christian Broadcasting Company, which would be basically go on to be his propaganda mill. And we'll look into more stuff from there in a bit. And these are all his other bullshit if you guys want to look into it. We just want to look at these last few things and his controversies. He tried to be the president of the United States. President Robertson. He kind of looks like George Bush. Does he kind of look like George Bush?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hold on, give me a second. I could swear I've seen that exact same angle of George Bush.
Maybe.
Come on, I need to just... I've seen him... Hold on. George H.W. Bush. I fucking spelled that wrong. Oh, wait.
I mean, sort of do.
Oops. Wrong Bush.
Nose is different, sort of.
It's just like they took the fucking black and white filter off of him. The cloning machine is showing its age again. The clones are coming out more imperfect every time.
Both horrible people.
This is official lore. You heard it here, folks. George Bush is a clone of Pat Robertson. Look. Proof's in the pudding. Fucking stupid, I'm sorry. Okay. Announced his intentions to seek a Republican nomination. He would pursue the nomination only if 3 million people signed up to volunteer for his campaign. God damn. 3 million people responded, and by the time Robertson announced he would be running, he had also raised millions of dollars for his campaign fund. He surrendered
Ask and you shall receive.
I have asked a lot, and I have received a lot. Oh, Robertson ran on standard conservative platform, and as a candidate, he embraced the same policies as Ronald Reagan. Low taxes, balanced budget, and a strong defense.
Does that include amnesty to a bunch of immigrants?
We live in a coal mine.
It's hardy on the winners.
And this is the big part. Illness and death. So I guess in 2017, Robertson was hospitalized for sustaining minor injuries from a fucking horseback riding incident. Suffered a stroke. And then in June of 2017, he was absent for several days from the 700 Club because he broke 3 ribs in a fall. God damn.
Jesus.
He said, us old guys are tough, and we try to stay in there and keep going.
Evidently, you're not. You fell and broke 3 ribs.
Little bastard.
I
Fucking
mean,
glass, man.
you're tough.
Tough as glass.
Those 3 ribs were tough.
We dropped you.
Yeah,
You
I
broke
mean, you
your
dropped
ribs.
yourself.
Okay. Controversies. This is the juicy part.
Yeah, his controversies are everything.
There are lots
There's
of
so
them.
many.
So, we're going to move on. We have so many options to pick from. Which one do you want to do first? You want to do videos? Or
Yeah, let's run a video.
Here we go, boy.
Jesus.
We talking about cash backing, not a game.
You see if
Yeah, yeah.
chat is anyone.
No chat. But I will look at our video stats and make sure to see how we're doing. Vamp while I work.
All right. Well, here we have Pat Robertson looking happy. However, you would not want to let minorities and other cultures happy, other religions, because as we'll go through later, there are a bunch of quotes of him talking shit on other religions, on other people. Although he might look friendly on these still photos and nice videos, he in fact was not a nice person to people who weren't of his religious sect, as a Baptist, and people who basically didn't look like him.
He was a nice guy. Let's get started.
It's been 60 wonderful years, and at this point,
A lot of
I
fucking
think
years.
it's time for me to make the announcement that I will no longer be the host of the 700
He's
Club
so old.
after, I think, 54 years of hosting the program.
There it is. Last thing before we go tonight. There's a
Yep, that was his. So I believe this was from a year ago, from when he retired. But we picked this out. Yeah, because he basically ran his those companies, like the 700 Club. He basically was the host for ever.
Yeah, he was there, Tucker Carlson.
the song today in light of Pat Robertson making that announcement that he's retiring. Became a very wealthy man by selling
Homosexuality.
Look, we're gonna listen to quotes.
There's never been a civilization ever in history that has embraced homosexuality and has survived. The Bible says.
Oh boy.
So
I don't know, man. Those Scandinavians, they're doing pretty good. Swedes, doing pretty all right.
well, I was just gonna say the Romans were like the longest lived empire in
But
history.
they're not alive today. Don't count. Fake.
We've only been around for 200 years. That's like half.
They're failures. We rise from the ashes. We are better. We made this world the way it is. American hegemony. Robertson. If you failed, you're a failure. If you're alive and kicking, you're a winner.
Here's the propaganda mission for you. So, I already told you this, but I have to tell the audience, the ones who aren't watching right now, that during the Iraq War, I think it was the Iraq and Afghanistan War, I forget which one, the military would blast Guns N' Roses and death metal music at basically all throughout the night, so that the enemy couldn't sleep and it would wear down the morale. Could you just imagine, instead of playing Guns, they just play Pat Robertson? You're all going to hell. You're all going to hell. God loves you, and he's going to smack you. It's fucking
God.
all
And if
night.
you're gay,
If you're gay, he
there
will
always
smack
believes
you.
your civilization's going to fail.
If you're Muslim, you have the wrong God.
Jesus.
If any man will not work, let him not eat. Now,
If you don't eat, you must. If you don't work, you must die. Okay? That is his answer to you.
Yeah, even if you're fired. 2008 financial crisis, the world collapses. If you're not working,
Die.
you're no longer of use.
Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. That's Pat. Pat is secretly a gangster.
I realized one thing.
What?
I am exceptionally, well, Actually, I'm not that dark. I mean, on the transitions, I'm dark. So usually I have that light on. We can do without it.
Yeah, they actually been looking all right this most of the
It's
time.
just those transitions, like, wow.
Yeah,
I'm
I
making
got you.
Pat Robinson scared, you know? Pat Robinson is
Here,
like...
I got something. Let me try something. I'm gonna try something stupid because I got this stupid light under my body.
You know, in service of Pat Robinson, we can't let somebody as dark as me truly shine. Well, I guess not shine? Because, I mean, then I'd be lighter color, right?
Just smile.
Yeah.
We'll find you.
Yeah, God. See, that's the problem with being, you know, dark. Is that lighting matters.
What was that? What's the problem with being what?
Yeah, as a dark man myself, you know.
You're not allowed to have that opinion. Nothing's wrong with being
I'm
dark.
not allowed to have it?
No.
No, okay.
White liberals told you you're not allowed to have separate
Whoa,
opinions.
that is the sun. Alright, now we're all white. With the power of technology.
Ah!
Is that the only setting?
Hold on.
Is that the only setting?
Hold on.
Is that the only setting?
No.
Is there a better setting? Whoa, now it's... Ah. Ooh. Oh, fuck.
Now I'm in the shadows.
I am seeing the light, much like Pat Robinson.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's continue.
Say, if any man will not work, let him go to the soup kitchen and let the government pick up the tab. Something happened.
Oh, you missed it. Let's replay that one part.
Yeah.
Let the government.
Let the government.
That didn't say, if any man will not work, let him go to the soup kitchen and let the government pick up the tab. Something happened a long time ago in Haiti. They got together and swore a pact to the devil. They said, we will serve you if you'll get us free from the French. The people of color.
Yeah,
So-
Pat Robinson thinks the Haitian...
The one successful slave rebellion in human history
Yeah.
was overtaken by devil worshippers.
Yeah. Way to praise the British monarchs, you fuck. Like,
You
Yeah.
guys ever seen a style of racism so old that it has cobwebs on it? I'm not even joking with you. A lot of the reason why like conquistadors would destroy idols is because they thought they were devils.
it's ridiculous.
It's so the racism is so old that he shouldn't how is he that racist?
It's because he is both... I mean, he was 93, and he came from an extremely, like, traditional conservative religious household.
Did you say 93?
Yeah, he was 93 when he died.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so like he's lived a long life with many experiences from that side of the road, you know, racist. Where
Yeah,
you
but
literally
he
think
didn't
that a successful slave rebellion is
No.
an act of the devil.
But that's how
That's-
old this racism is. It's
Yeah.
so old that like it's Spanish conquistador
Mm.
old.
Yeah,
Was he around conquering the Americas? He might have been. He's pretty fucking old. Was he also on the ships? Like, oi, we're making land.
God,
God, he's such an old bastard.
big old ears.
Have to rise up and overtake their oppressors, and then, having gotten the whip handle, if I can use that term, then to instruct their white neighbors how to behave. Now that's critical race theory. What is this?
So, you've heard that one before. Modern, ain't that great? So, like, CRT. I mean, to be fair with you, a lot of people see CRT basically in the same light.
When it makes black people have control over white people.
Where, well, sorry, it just got rephrased in they're trying to make you feel bad for your culture. They're trying to make you feel bad for being white, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
It got repackaged, but more intelligent maybe, but still the same point. It's like CRT is there to take away your whiteness.
Mm-hmm.
It's there to make you less white somehow. It's like, you know, what the fuck. I guess the thing with Robert is, or no, sorry, not Robert. Why did I say Robert? With Pat, Oh, because Robertson. My god damn, I'm tired. Robertson sucks, okay? I don't know how they were keeping this fucking ghoul alive, alright? Look at him. Every time we pause it, he looks older.
Less and less resolution. As
Less,
he fades.
more and more jowl flab, and
Mac and cheese, is that a black thing?
It is a
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
And he said that to a black woman? It's like, oh God, I even,
What else do we gotta say?
yeah,
And is it a black thing? Fuck you, I like mac and cheese.
I didn't know that would be considered a black thing.
Do you eat mac and cheese?
I mean, that shit's at Panera Bread. Like, I would think it's probably white. I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying, you're not you know what? I have a more controversial take than Patty. You're not American if you don't eat grilled cheese.
Well, I mean, maybe he eats grilled cheese, but not mac and cheese.
Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. I need
God.
it.
thing, Pat.
Well, you could become a Muslim, then you could beat her.
I literally unpaused it for 5 seconds. Come on.
So, Power Robertson thinks Muslims beat their wives, and it's due to them being Muslim.
No, Muslims beat their wives because they're evil, and not all. Oh God, I'm gonna clip for that one.
And compare that to the church, specifically the Catholic Church, where, you know,
The
they do a
defense of
lot
all the child pedophilia.
diddling.
Like, well, not even child pedophilia, just that. It's also like, it's also all the fucking money laundering and shit they do. Like the church, like there's been cases where the church has been caught stealing money, like the donations and stuff. And it's like, I don't know. If I was still religious, which I'm not, I don't think I would be donating to my church, if I was still going to church. I just like, how do you trust? Do you know that a church doesn't have to report like any of its like finances, basically? Like most of that shit's not tracked.
Yeah. Oh, the big taxes. I don't see why they'd have to file. Blip in the radar.
Because a lot of churches, the criticism is that a lot of churches act like political organizations.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they do support candidates.
Yeah. That's their religious right.
But in lieu of that.
You don't want to go to Saudi Arabia?
No.
I'm talking about the cheating. He cheated on you. Well, he's a man. Okay. There are a bunch of
Sigma grinds that. Also, the rest of that quote, because it is cut off in this version, is men tend to wander. Basically, was the quote. Yeah. Men wander, women shouldn't wander, and if you do, your women are bad, and men, if you do it, you're good, because, I don't know, dick go in hole. Even if, I don't know, that's a really weird opinion for a pastor to have.
What?
Men wander. In regards of adultery.
It's just that old. I mean, even not even that.
Does he looks even older?
He's like, oh, old Patty.
Old Patty
Old
don't.
Patty wanders.
Old Patty
Patty
don't wander around the block a couple of times.
He's another piece of meat to sneak behind. Yeah, like
Look, old Patty loves them yummy mummies. And I mean mummy like the kind from the Egypt.
Maybe we should change the light to that light, because I
It's
know
blinding.
the camera. Also, the camera, it just looks so strong.
I'm in the darkness. Well, here, let me try lowering it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can also turn it a little more down if you like. You think you're a little too light still. You could also scooch closer to the table.
Closer and closer to his face.
I'm sorry. I'm putting you through shit. Oh, man. Fucking looks like Emperor Palpatine. This is how I'm going to control the Senate. Feeding them nothing but bullshit for 60 years. I'm Pat.
People who are just bums. And if these people are out drugging themselves, let them starve to death. You've got a couple of...
Jesus Christ. If you're out drugging yourself, Pat Robertson believes you should just starve to death.
Just die.
Very, very Christian of him.
But don't die on the sidewalk where I have to step around and over you. Die in like an alleyway that I'm too scared to walk through.
Yeah, or on one city over, where they'll never find you.
Just die where the dark people live, because I don't go there.
Same-sex guys kissing. Do you like that? Well, that makes me want to throw up. America.
Just disgusting.
Just
repulsion
disgust.
from homoerotic displays of affection.
Why does he hate? He was a Marine. I mean, aren't the Marines supposed to be kind of gay? Like,
I think you're talking about the Navy.
Marines are part of the Navy.
Sure.
No, like they're naval infantry. Like there's like 50,000 of them.
Yeah, but
And,
when
like,
you
they're
look
all
at
on
the
boats.
Army memes, the military memes, the Marine memes, the Navy's always...
Yes, but when I was talking to some of my family from the Marines and the Army, they call the Marines gay. The Marines are just apparently like, because they're with the fucking Navy. Because it's like, well, seamen ride together, glide together.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Pat did choose the Marines.
He did choose the Marines.
Over the
Look, he's
Army.
a real, he loves himself a boy toy, okay?
If you want to bring the judgment of God on this nation, you just keep this stuff up.
Pat Robertson.
All right. Thank you, man who's not interesting. Goodbye. So, what up? So, what shall we go through next on this deep odyssey through the depths of Pat?
We can go through other compilation.
Let's go through quotes.
Quotes.
Oh. So, thank you to the sweet, beautiful people at the Wiki Quote.
Yeah, let's go through this man's many proverbs.
We'll pick a few. There's a lot. So we'll pick one long one just because there's a lot of these. So we'll pick one of these up here. This one maybe? Nice in the middle. Oh, this is about Hugo Chavez.
Yeah.
You want to read it? You haven't done much talking this episode. You know I don't know about this doctrine of assassination, but if President Hugo Chavez of Venezuela thinks we're trying to assassinate him, I think that we really ought to go ahead and do it. It's a whole lot... Wait, oh, I'm talking too fast. It's a whole lot cheaper than sawing a wall. Now, I don't think any oil shipments will stop. We have the ability to take him out. And I think the time has come that we exercise that ability. Sorry, I'm trying to talk like an old man whose body's like only functioning at like 30%. It's really hard. Alright?
So just assassinate other countries, assassinate their leaders.
Hell yeah, brother. Because think about it. We don't need another $200 billion war to get rid of
Do you know how much the Middle East
dictator.
wars would be?
Well, let's talk about some other quotes. Oh, this one sounds familiar. I gotta definitely say this in the accent because you motherfucker. I'll get clipped for this one. Planned Parenthood is teaching kids to fornicate, teaching people to have adultery, every kind of bestiality, homosexuality, lesbianism, everything that the Bible condemns. So, like, they've been saying this shit about the homosexuals for, oh, shit, that was from 1991.
Yeah, and I don't think his views were changed from the 80s. This rhetoric has been around for decades.
Arguably, he's the progenitor.
Yeah.
The guy's been here for so long, and he's basically made up half the fucking bullshit, so...
So when they say the LGBTQ community are messing with the kids and spreading all this shit, it's nothing new.
Yeah, they've been fear-mongering about that forever, and look, to be fair to everybody who may be watching, all this stuff has happened except bestiality. Lesbianism's kind of just a weird word. Lesbianism, like what? People being lesbian?
Well, like transgenderism. It literally is gay.
They didn't even bring up that's how out of bounds transgenderism is. He couldn't even...
like Tucker Carlson.
He couldn't even say no transgender.
Or maybe not as much Donald Trump, but, DeSantis will talk about transgenderism and the transgender ideology. And here we have Pat Robertson, who's just like, oh, the lesbianism. Just giving that framing of this isn't real, this is a belief.
Well, let's talk about his crazy religious shit. I mean, down here it even goes that. The media challenged me. You're not going to bring atheists into the government? How dare you maintain those who believe Judeo-Christian values are better qualified to govern America than Hindus and Muslims? My simple answer is, yes, they are.
Yeah, which is really just, it's
fuck you, everyone
ridiculous.
Else. America's for one person, according to him.
Yep. Him as a Baptist minister running for president, he can run and spread his specific sect of religion onto the U.S. But if you come from other backgrounds, if you just don't happen to be from his side of the block, you
the wrong flavor
have
of Christian
a part in the government.
Yeah, wrong flavor of Christian, like a shitty flavor of ice cream.
Yeah.
Just like Jesus, man.
And so I understand people say, like Pat Robertson, you shouldn't wish poorly on him. He just died, but he wished poorly on so many when he was alive.
Oh,
the
man.
dude was a bigot.
He was a hateful man. Here's another one. If you want to bring up another. Oh, yeah. Best quote of all time. Is mac and cheese a black thing? Jesus Christ. People who are atheists, they hate God. They hate the expression of God. And they are angry with the world. Angry with themselves, angry with society. And they take it out on innocent people who are worshiping God. And whether it's a Sikh temple or Baptist church or a Catholic church or a Muslim mosque, whatever it is, I just abhor this kind of violence. And this kind of thing should be this kind of thing we should do something about. And I guess this was in
in a 700 Club, his religious channel.
It was about a Sikh shooting, a shooting on a temple, Sikh temple. So let me just say this: if anybody ever tells you that atheists hate God, no, we don't. We don't believe he exists, which means that we have no feelings towards him. The only thing that we hate are, and I wouldn't even speak for all atheists. Speaking for myself, I just hate that there are bad people in this world who use their version of God to hurt other people. And they have immense power, and they practice it without any care given to the destruction they cause to the world, or hell, even their own religion. So, no. And they hate the expression of God. No, I believe society would be better off without religion, but for now, religion is a fundamental human right, and it should be protected, but it should be challenged as well as protected. They are angry with the world, maybe. Angry with themselves, maybe. Angry with society, maybe. And they take it out on innocent people worshiping God. No, take it out on people who are trying to shove their fucking God. Their version of it, by the way, because remember, he's a Baptist. He's a certain flavor of Christian. No, we hate people who want to force it down your throat. Like, if you're not the right flavor of Christian, if you're not the right flavor of gourd believer, if you guys know what that reference is, if you're not the right, whatever the fuck, you believing some flavor of bullshit, you have to, like, I don't like that his standards was they need to believe in a fairy tale. Like no atheist. Like, and hell, even if they do believe in fairy tales, I want it to be my fairy tale.
Mm.
Because like that was his, like that's his thing, right? Like Christians are up here, Muslims and Hindus are down here because they still believe in something, and atheists, Satanists, fucking down here in the swirling shit, you know. We didn't sleep at all last night.
If you're not a Baptist, then you are
A cactus.
not worth the time.
You're just an ass kiss.
If I remember, there's also a quote on Hitler.
Oh god, yeah, alright. We'll end off with
Control
yours
F.
then. Hold on, I got this. Control F.
Yep.
Hitler. Ah, there's two.
Yeah, he said as far as God's concerned, he knows the end from the beginning, and he sees a little baby, and that little baby could grow up to be Adolf Hitler. He could grow up to be Joseph Stalin. He could grow up to be a serial killer, or he could grow up to die of a hideous disease. God sees all of that, and for that life to be terminated while he's a baby, he's going to be with God forever in heaven, so it isn't a bad thing.
And he's answering a viewer asking how to respond to a coworker who asked, why did God allow my baby to die? About their dead 3-year-old child. Jesus. Okay. So
Imagine,
you know,
just like your kid dies, like fucking, like, it's a toddler, and he says, "Well, he knew Adolf Hitler would have existed," and it's like, what? Well, how did your mind go from horrible tragedy of a baby dying to Hitler was known by God? Like, that's just the jumps in his mind, and I guess it makes sense. It's 2015. You know, he's reaching. I mean, he is at the autumn of his life, so his mind's probably scattering a bit.
I think that makes 100% sense.
Hmm.
I think if I just drink enough alcohol,
Yeah.
smoke enough pot, and
And,
possibly
and
hit
you make
myself
the
over the head,
argument that
I'll understand.
God sees all that's going to happen, and that, well, it doesn't matter that they died from X or Y reason because he's going to be in heaven. Then why are you against abortion? Because, like, if you're just like, well, it didn't matter if the baby died from a horrific disease or a horrific death from a person killing the baby. I mean, they're going to be in heaven. It's
I don't think
God's
he would
plan.
like this argument. That
God's
isn't that
plan.
type. What?
God's plan.
Oh, I was just gonna say, God plan, God's plan. Anyway, I was just gonna say, isn't this kind of a pro-abortion argument?
Yeah, it's just like basically whatever happens, happens, and it's okay because at the end you're up in there with the
God already knew it
holy
was gonna
being
happen.
himself. Yeah,
This is kind of a pro-abortion argument.
It
Basically,
feels
look,
like
people, God knew it was gonna happen. If you needed to get that abortion, God saw that shit coming from a mile away.
Yeah. I mean, if you can rationalize Hitler being okay because God saw it happen, and at the end it's all okay because he's gonna be with God at the end, like just moralize the thought of there being a Stalin, of people just committing
Stalin.
mass murder of millions.
Stooling,
Mm-hmm.
stooling.
It's like, how could you say Adolf Hitler is more of a God's plan than somebody getting a fucking abortion? Like, that's ridiculous.
All right, moving on to the next. We're gonna skip the 700 Club because I'm kind of like dying a little bit. It's getting hot.
I do gotta go pee.
All right, we'll just take a quick break then.
Just speak to the people.
Nah, I'm gonna do something we haven't usually done in streams like these.
Huh.
I'm gonna look for our TD went out for milk, and we'll be back later. So I don't gotta keep weltering in here. We are back
Yep.
after that very brief break. You know, I've always kind of wanted to make art of it, like if we were in a spaceship. It kind of feels like a spaceship. All the glowing ass buttons and shit.
You know where Pat Robinson is? It's not a spaceship. He's in the fucking ground.
Well,
Probably turning into a flower. I know he didn't like the Hindus. He didn't like the fact.
something pretty.
Yeah.
Because
He didn't
he's
like,
such a
you know.
meanie.
Wait, is it recording?
Yeah, it's
We're
recording. We're good.
Yeah. Okay, we're back on. Yeah, I was making sure it's had a little
Oh, because I didn't take that
bathroom
down yet.
break. Yeah. So Pat Robinson.
Potty
it
break.
just-
He had
I
a
think it's
fucking
funny
potty
how
break.
He hates the Hindus and the cycle of life and like
Fuck him.
yeah, Buddhism, everything that wasn't specifically Baptist Christian religion. And you know what? He can go and become a flower. He's dead. We're pushing daisies. You know? Which is
Alright.
ironic because he probably would think it's effeminate to become a flower, but that's what he's destined to be. A fucking flower.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll
Mm,
we'll go over
yeah.
because we already kind of talked about his presidential run, right?
I mean, we can. I mean,
We'll watch the Amazing Atheist video and the.
like, is it a video of him saying what he's running for?
Oh yeah. The announcement.
Yeah.
You want to watch the announcement? Yeah. Okay, let's do it then.
Yeah, so this man, this racist bigot, tried to run for president, and it just goes to show that the racist bigot president like Donald Trump, I mean, it didn't start with him. The fervor for this flavor of candidate has been in America for a little bit. Of course, he didn't win. I don't think he ran with one of the parties.
What's the clipping guide?
But they're there. That part of America has been alive for a while. It's not like America became not racist and then racist in between the Civil War to now. It's always had that radioactive fucking waste that's stuck with us for so many years.
Okay, so this
It
is
doesn't
the
die
police
away.
policy. This is
It's in the
something else.
background. And it just slowly poisons the American system.
With the Planet
What the
Fitness
fuck are
Black
you
Card,
on about?
you don't just get a great
The
workout,
radioactive
you get a great
racism
perk
of
because your
fucking
membership
Pat
has
Robertson.
perks. Get access
His
to all
touch
the
of
workouts,
racism
Look,
has been in
join
America for such a long time.
Planet Fitness.
Well,
$24.99 a
Not
month.
Planet Fitness. It's not that bad, dude. People. Okay, just real quick, just before we get to the Patrick Rob. Why do people clown on Planet Fitness so much?
because they're not good for bodybuilders. They're sort of seen as like the place where people who don't work out.
Dude, there's some big motherfuckers at the Planet
Of
Fitness I go
course.
to.
There's gonna be big motherfuckers at like every gym.
Like
It's just
monsters.
places like a 24-hour fitness would probably just more acceptable. If you want to be really prestigious about it, you go to a Gold's Gym.
I don't know, man.
And
I'm
then you're
just
like,
saying.
oh yeah, well, Arnold pumped
I'm-
his iron.
I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
see this one dude there damn near every day.
Yeah.
And he's just like a monster.
Yeah, I mean, you can be bodybuilding and go Planet Fitness. Don't get me wrong. I'm
I-
just saying that it might not be their first choice. Mm.
I don't know.
But if you're somebody who's just getting into fitness, this is probably going to be your first choice. 'Cause you don't want to take a big investment like with LA Fitness, where they make you spend a shit ton of money. Maybe not a 24-hour fitness because you might not like the aesthetic of it. I mean, Planet Fitness is always hitting you with these advertisements: $1 down, $24.99 a month.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I mean, so you're not wrong. I mean, I had a friend who talked about how he didn't like Planet Fitness because they don't have enough weights, and that is totally true. That is valid
Mm.
because it's like I get around that by just going insanely early.
I'll say at LA Fitness they have weights, but they don't have enough bars and machines.
The one I go to, I think, has like 5, and
Yeah, I
if
guess the one I
you-
go to is particularly small LA Fitness, but
Mhm.
yeah.
But if you go like, well, no, that's what I was gonna say. Like, cause I've been to 2 of them already, cause I switched my membership at one point. I'm probably gonna switch it again in a few
Yeah.
months. And nah, they just don't have a lot of equipment for like weight. Like they have a shitload of cardio stuff, like
Yeah.
a shitload of treadmills, and I forget what you call them, like the rower. No, not the rower. The where your feet are like attached to it, and you do that, like with
talking about the bicycle ones?
No, it's kind of like that, but it's like the standing one. You know where you go.
Oh, the elliptical.
The elliptical. Thank you.
Yeah.
Elliptical. Yeah.
Well, I feel like most people, like the average person, is going there to do cardio,
Mm-hmm.
and they're there to lose weight. And the ideal picture of losing weight is through running, is through cardio exercises.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably like, okay, we need to put down a shit ton of them. When I think, I don't know. I want to say in reality, a lot of people are gonna be there lifting weights, which is true. But like then again, I've been to LA Fitness at a time where a shit ton of the treadmills are in use.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well, put it to you like this: there's like 30 treadmills at the Planet Fitness I go to, 30 ellipticals, and then like 5 bench pressing machines, like 5 dumbbell, like free bars. Sorry, 5 of the free bar things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like.
Do you think Pat Robertson? Do you think he?
Hey.
Do you think he lifted the weights? Do you think he participated in the gains competition?
Probably as a Marine.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe for a little bit after. People tend to like try to hold on. Because like a lot of the times people who are in like the Army, the Marines, like basically anything that regiments your like life. It's like they try to hold on to that habit, but then that shit falls away, you know?
Yeah. But then you got people like Arnie,
Well,
big
that's
old
different.
Arnold
Arnie got...
Schwarzenegger.
Arnie...
I want him to get to like 100, and I still want to see him like pseudo ripped.
Bro.
Like he's old, but like he's there on the wheelchair with like ripped calves, and he's just there like pushing the wheelchair with his arms.
I'm about to say, man, if he was still jacked up to like 100, his heart would just like explode.
And I can't take the blood pressure.
He would put effort into like smiling or something, because all the PEDs he's given himself,
Yeah.
and his heart would just pop.
But then he'll have the money to survive. I mean,
if they can get him to the hospital fast enough.
Yeah.
I'm dying. Remember Terminator. I'll be back. I'll be back. That's fucked up.
He'll make it. But then watch tomorrow, Arnold dies, and it's just like, yeah, like...
You're talking mad shit the other day.
Ooh.
Alright. I don't know. I worked at LA Fitness, by the way. I didn't like LA Fitness that much. It's nicer, but it's much nicer. But I wasn't like in love with it. Oh, this is a long ass video.
1987. Inside included a bio and itinerary, as well as a styrofoam toy plane.
I will rule you all.
Non-Baptist Christians, get out of here.
You will all die under my rule. That's so low.
Thank you.
I'm still gonna try to figure it out. Please don't go to that site's settings. Thank God.
I'm standing here in front of a house that I lived in with my wife Dee Dee 28 years ago. We lived in the 3rd story of that house right behind us. I don't think these folks over here live in this block. From what I understand, this is the neighborhood we lived in. I don't think it's their neighborhood. And I'm here today because I have a
Whose neighborhood?
I know. I'm trying to think like.
Wait. I'm sorry. I was adjusting something.
Thank you very much.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here in front of a house that I lived in with my wife Dee Dee 28 years ago. We lived in the 3rd story of that house right behind us. I don't think these folks over here live in this block, from what I understand.
Fucking.
Those are the.
Not a mad backyard. This ain't your street. Get at it.
You were not wrong. He's
Yeah.
like, everyone different. Get the hell out.
No, like literally, he is just. If you're not literally from my street, leave.
If you don't look like you're supposed to be here, get the fuck out.
Where's your tax money, boy? And then they just fucking shoves you into the shadow realm. And you're just gone. You're down at the Bronx.
They pull out your wallet and then they push you into the shadow realm. It's like, thank you very much for your business, good sir.
I think they took the wrong turn into our suburb.
I think you
No,
took a
no,
wrong
no.
turn there, boy.
Yeah.
The sun go
Jeez.
down in these parts.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen,
Look at Palpatine.
I'm standing here in front of a house that I lived in. with
Palpatine
my wife,
running for
Dee Dee,
Senate.
28 years ago. We lived in the third story of that house right behind us. I don't think these folks over here live in this block, from what I understand. This is the neighborhood we lived in.
That black guy, that dude
And I'm here today
next to the yellow
because I have
jacket
a
and the
commitment
white.
to the cities of
He's
the
the
United
vibe.
States of America and to the poor of this nation. I believe firmly that every person in the United States of America has a right to education, has a right to dignity, has a right to freedom.
Did you feel that? Oh.
No. I'm just hearing what he's saying and it's bugging me.
I felt a bump.
Like something hitting you? Or like...
No, like from the floor. Maybe it was you moving? I don't think so. No, it was like a... Like, I don't know if it was a mini...
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah. So, like, that's the thing. I don't know. Can we tell them what state we're from? Are you scared to tell them what state we're from? We'd rather not. I mean, they probably already... Or do you want to keep the facade going? No, okay, never mind. Basically, natural disasters suck, and when they tease you, they suck even harder. Haha, New York. Sucks to be you, East Coast people. Sucks. But, yeah, have fun with our air.
Well, hopefully in like 3 minutes the world doesn't just start shaking, because usually I don't notice
I do.
when they dude, literally,
You know,
like,
they'll
I'll
probably
see a
figure out
report
where
and
we
people
are
like,
if we
did you
talk
feel
about
that?
it.
And I'm like, what?
We're back.
We're back.
Doxing yourselves.
And
Well, we
remember,
doxed
Pat Robertson tried to run for president.
and then told all the black people that they're probably not from there.
Yeah, I just looked over. It's like
Pointed at them.
These people over this, they probably not from this.
Oh, sorry,
neighborhood.
sorry. Oh, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
we're not associated with these colors over here. Anyway.
Would not survive in today's climate. Could you imagine if Donald Trump came up and is like, look at these African Americans, like.
Look at them. So many came out to support me,
They
and I
live on
don't
this
even
side
like
of
them.
New York, you know?
Look, think about it. I hate them, and they still came out. That's how great I am.
God.
Freedom and has a right to a job, and I particularly believe that every person in America has a right to be heard when they speak. And I have come to this neighborhood to express my commitment to the fundamental values that I've lived for the last third of a century. We came here with 3 children because we care about people. And I've come back to let it be known that I care very much about the people in the inner city. I care about the people in Appalachia. I care about the people in the farm. I care about the steel workers and the people in the farm.
Oh, whoa.
I care
whoa.
about the steel workers in the
Alright,
Midwest.
that's the power of old-timey video recording. It cut, and now we're at a higher volume. Okay.
I like how there's still code back then, by the way. You notice that? It's
Well, I
like
mean, they say inner city.
inner city, Appalachian.
Well, then again, today you'll hear people say urban.
Well, there's
Like
a
the
reason I
urban
like Bernie.
unemployment rate's high.
You know what Bernie said?
Huh.
Working class people, working class families.
But then again, I'll accept
I love
working
that.
class over the urbanite or suburbanite.
I love Bernie. Well, that's
Yeah.
why I love Bernie.
Like I don't know how I feel even about suburbanite. Just say,
Working families.
yeah.
I love that because it includes everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because who the fuck doesn't?
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
like, those who do not have the yacht fund,
Oh, you mean you work to live? You mean most of America?
Yeah.
Nah.
I care about the oil rig drillers in Texas and the Southwest. I care about all Americans. And I believe that we can bring education, that we can bring hope, that we can bring opportunity, that we
Amen.
can bring blessing to all the people of this land.
Hallelujah.
And that's why I'm here in Bedford-Stuyvesant, and that's why you're here
Yeah.
together with me. Now, on this day, October the
People
1st,
are booing the fuck out of him. Jesus.
I am...
Did you hear that? They always saying, boo, boo, boo. Like,
I think they're trying to
jeez.
scare him, give him a heart attack.
The dude's, like, struggling. He's like, fuck.
Oh, I
Let
gotta
me
do it
think.
louder.
But you know what? He didn't run away from it like some Republican commentators at colleges,
declaring that I am an official candidate for the Republican nomination for the presidency of the United States.
All right, a Republican nomination, he is out there fighting with the Republican Party, saying things like the Hindus are bad and everybody else is bad. Like he's saying all this shit about other people in different cultures, telling people you don't live on the street, get out of here. Just
You don't live on this street.
just
And then
But
points at
people
all
ask-
the black people in the crowd.
yeah.
That's fun. I love it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, he's an old-fashioned style of racism.
Mm.
And you know what? I miss
Like,
this.
just-
No, hold on. Trust me. I miss this shit.
Yeah.
Because we got all the dog whistles and all the double speak and all the innuendos. He just said it. You see these people over
Yeah.
here? See these dark-ass people? Fuck
No,
them.
just if you're wondering which party is the racist party, which one do you think the KKK is going for? The party of Pat Robertson or the party of Barack Obama? I'm gonna say this. I don't think they're voting for Barack. Okay, like they're
Please.
voting for a dude who said that the Haitian Revolution was caused by the fucking devil. All right, like demons and shit. Okay, that's probably the party that the KKK is supporting. All right, like that's I think that's a no-brainer.
I'm trying to pause it at that moment where he points at them
Yeah.
and is like, not them.
But like this is like almost, it's like him saying, "Oh, I used to live in this bad neighborhood, yada yada. I care for the working class."
escaped.
And the fact that he's like, "Hey, you see these people? They probably don't even live in this bad neighborhood." It's like, what?
Oh god, this is scary. So much laughing. What the hell? Laughing. What the hell?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Fine.
Elvis.
I'm standing here in front of a house that I lived in with my wife Dee Dee 28 years ago. We lived in the third
Yep,
story of that
let's
house
hear
right
it.
behind
This
us.
is it.
I don't think these folks
There it is. He's pointing and all the
Doesn't even look at them. He's like, yeah, these just people. They don't live here.
they don't belong
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, they're not here for the campaign launch, all right?
Yeah, they're not here to support me because, you know, I'm blocking up all routes of
Yeah.
traffic for the day. No. Well, they're invited.
Mm.
Mass campaign space.
Oh, God.
It is kind of funnier when it's all sped up.
Is it possible to restore the industrial might of America through moral strength? The answer is yes. I call on all of you to do it together with me. And what we need to do with welfare. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard of one mother who was 13 years old. Her mother was 13 when she was born. We then had a 28-year-old grandmother. That's hopelessness. You know, some of these folks behind me now may respect hopelessness. They don't understand what opportunity.
Did he do it again? Did he fucking do it again? Oh my god, he did it again!
He's a good old Christian boy.
Oh my
Yeah, it's Christian
fuck,
values.
he just did it again! Oh my god, what the hell? And I'm pretty sure he probably did it more. In the fucking parts that we skipped. What the?
Republican nominee Pat Robertson, fan and religious fervor of the right, has shown here today that he has
People of color like sadness and despair and 28-year-old grandmothers. What the fuck, man? What are we even talking about? What, that last part was like the sign of his geriatric fall. Because like it all kind of made sense, like hopelessness. 28-year-old grandmother.
It's just, if only people today didn't. Okay, I want to say that people today do the dog whistle, right? Because, you know, there's a whole saying like, oh, don't say black people, just say, like, just do an issue that relates to black people, right? Don't talk about, just say urban or talk about bus routes. But then again, you have somebody like J.D. Vance, who's just straight up said in his advertisements, do you hate Mexicans? You know, then vote for me. You know, like, I want to say that the dog whistle's here in today's politics, but it is slowly breaking to the point where we're going back to a Pat Robertson era. And, you know, maybe we can actually learn something from Pat Robertson, because he might be what we have tomorrow. I mean, look at
him
fucking
yesterday.
J.D. Vance's, you know, campaign, and he won. Like, he won with that advertisement of, do you hate Mexicans? Vote for him. You know, like, that's fucking crazy.
So
Trump endorses it. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's.
So basically, our tomorrow could be yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday becomes tomorrow. We went 5 steps forward, 10 steps back.
Jesus. Well, you know,
there's a bunch of cases in Texas where they try to put the 10 Commandments in school, or they try to put the Bible in school.
Creationism in school.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's crazy how, you know, the 1990s it could become 2025. You know,
that's all. I love it. Do you want to keep watching this? There's some gems in this.
Huh? Yeah. Let's go.
Opportunity could be in this country if we all work together.
Let me just.
Yeah.
Because I know what it was like to walk the streets of this city. Because I lived here. I know what it's like to be in the.
Please.
Does
Point
he
to
have
them
the
and say, and as I walked the streets, I had to dodge them. Them, behind me, I had to just duck and weave, bob and weave, duck and dodge, jumping over. Every day.
You know, if you're friends with all these multicultural people, why do you hate them so much? I'm a little surprised, right? Like, you live
They
in
assaulted
an
me
urban
every day.
area. Urban areas have a lot of different cultures and people.
Nope.
Well, then why
I don't want my America diverse.
Yeah. No, literally, he says that, like, people like Hindus and stuff, other religions are just not fit for government. Yeah, that's Pat Robertson's quotes, not me.
Streets of Watts to see the hopelessness of despair. But people, I want you to know one thing, that if a man begets a child, it's his responsibility. It isn't the local government. It isn't the state government. It isn't the federal government's responsibility.
But then they all got sent to jail because of the drug laws during the drug war. It's the man's responsibility, but for some reason, crack is made a higher sentence than cocaine. Crack is more used by minorities, and then fathers are left out in fucking cages, in the jails, and in the prisons. And how are they supposed to support the children? Yeah, sure, it's men should step up. Fathers should be there for their families, but they can't when they're literally held by the state in a prison.
Well, I was gonna say too that you got to remember that fuck, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
It's
The,
just it's ridiculous, and
Oh, why do you think he's mentioning the whole welfare queen thing?
Oh, of course, he probably thinks people abuse the fuck out of it. They don't need it. He's like, oh, look at all these people beside me that abuse it. He's like, look at people who live on the street. It's shit. It's the same talking points. The Republican talking points just never change. They never have new debates or new talking points. The left will go through a roundabout of different issues, but the Republicans is just welfare, religion.
Welfare, religion, then back to welfare, then back to religion, then sometimes war.
Sprinkle in some guns.
Yeah, sprinkle in a little bit of war.
And hate the LGBTQ community because, for some reason you decide to hate them because they're not like you.
It's just a constant fucking flow.
Or you wish you could be as free as they are. I mean, there's countless stories of people who are as religiously, vitriolic toward them, and yet they themselves are gay or bisexual. I mean, there's countless stories of Republicans being outed out as being part of the community, but they're closeted.
That was a thing in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, there's one that got caught doing the bathroom knock trick, where you're supposed to do a certain secret knock to get a blowjob, and he got caught doing that by the police. The people who are most against it tend to really want it, and it's really weird. Just look up the cases, man.
Yeah, this is fucked.
And on the edit, I'll just put a bunch of articles of all the Republicans in different countries and in the U.S.
They got this constant rotating holodeck of people they hate.
Yeah.
It's they hate the black people, they hate the Muslims, they hate the Mexicans, they hate the Jews, they hate the Japanese, they hate the whatever flavor of Southern American is coming across the border that week. They hate the Russians.
Well, right after 9/11, it was easy. They thought anybody who could even resemble a Muslim, and that became the target. But then now we're coming back to the LGBTQ community with trans.
America's always, I was always of the opinion that America's always trying to find a new enemy, but no, we're just cycling old enemies.
Yeah, it's
back to gays.
Yeah, go through the meter.
We ran out again.
Yeah.
Back to gays again.
We went with religious hatred. Now let's go back to
hating the gays.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, we ran out of people. Well, we were hating foreigners. We were hating Asians the last time, but that didn't really stick. Remember?
Sorry, what?
They tried hating Asians for a little while, but that didn't stick.
There was Asian hate because of the Wuhan virus. Trump saying, it's the China virus. Look at what China did. Blame all these Chinese people. Which I can understand why some people are just call it the China virus. But then again, the problem is that there's stupid fucks who are just blame all China. People will just associate the virus with anybody Asian. And you know what? Maybe at the end of the day, you could never stop them. Maybe at the end of the day, the racist bigots were always going to be racist bigots. The Robert Pattinson fans are always going to be their fans.
I don't want to be so fatalistic about it.
No, I think some of them can get changed. But if you've been in this guy's community since the age of 5, right? It's probably going to be very hard. And that's what's sad. That's why somebody like Pat Robertson is so toxic to the political community. This is the fact that, the dude was doing this for 50 years? 40 years?
He's 93. He's been doing it for 70 years.
You could have been born when he started, and retired by the time he died.
Dude,
You know,
he
like,
could have been in the
oh.
middle of his life.
Yeah.
You could have watched him go bald before your
Yeah.
retirement. You got to witness his balding. Notice how he has hair here.
Yeah. Ugh, man.
So, yeah, he's been in this game
At
a
least on the
long
left,
time.
we cycle through people. Oh.
The left cycles through issues, but it's because they've had the same fucking 10 issues for, like, ever. It's kind of funny, too. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, the left and the right just sort of cycle through the same issues.
But at least there's, like, different ways to go about it. It's like, how do you go through Medicare for All? Do you do the Japanese way? Do you do the German way? The Canadian way? Do you... Like, there's more nuances to it. With the Republican way, it's just let markets decide, let religion reign free, and let you be able to shoot your guns. You know? And it'll also be racist to make it, yeah. But, like, there's no nuance.
Sure. I think it is interesting, though, that there's a bit of a similarity. I mean, one thing they definitely go back and forth on is war. Both sides don't really care about mitigating war where possible. I guess except with Ukraine, but I mean that's honestly, I feel like that's a broken clock scenario.
Well, yeah, I mean the reason why Republicans are against Ukraine supporting them is because the Democrats are for them. I mean, you could also say because they support Russia, but
no, I feel like if the Russians are always going to play. Yeah, the right are always going to play opposition.
Yeah.
But I feel like they have more defense contractors on their team. So, no. Yeah. I agree. I think if they're switched...
I think at first they were for... At first they were for sending stuff toward Ukraine.
Yeah.
But then now they're like, oh, it's too far. It's too far. Huh?
Uh-oh. Oh, did I tip everything over?
I think
something got disconnected. Oh, damn it.
Well, I think
that was okay.
All right,
I got this. You emerge from the darkness.
I need to go pee again.
We'll be back.
You want to talk to the people?
Hell no.
Is it because there's no people?
Exactly. I'm staring into a.
What if there was a person you would talk to them?
Bye. I love you.
I'm perfecting the ability to.
I want to talk to HR.
There is no HR at ThoughtDrought because we're not even a fucking LLC. We're just like a hobbyist group at this point.
We're a basement dwellers.
Yeah.
There you go. Basically what we are. And we are now back soon. See, we didn't lie to you. Unlike your fathers, we actually came back after we got the milk.
No, it was legitimately a milk trick, all right? It was not trick, sorry, trip. The pack of cigarettes was a country away. Yeah.
it was a
Let
lifetime
me tell
away.
you of my trip of escaping to Mexico to evade child support. You know? Wait, no, I mean to get foreign milk. That's a lot of repression right
That's
there.
a lot.
Talking about
That's a lot of
repression.
cope right
That's
there.
a lot of cope. Yeah, I know.
That's a lot of cope. He went to go get Mexican milk like my mom always liked.
Mm.
Because she was from Mexico. So he escaped to
yeah.
Mexico.
But men should support their own children.
Exactly what
Yeah,
he
man.
fucking said.
Oh, fuck. Speaking to the choir, baby. Yeah.
Get that Mexican milk.
The soapbox. Speak the truth.
Bathed and pilled and red and
Yeah.
blue.
Dad should be that. What? But what if the dads aren't fucking there?
Fuck it then. We're taking those words and we're
Those
inscribing
dads
them on
just
a
will
rock.
Not be there.
We're losing our fucking minds.
I know Pat is destroying us
Pat's
mentally.
destroying our fucking brain.
Maybe that's why people didn't go that deep into Pat, is because the more you listen to him, the more you stray further from God.
My
You
brain is
understand?
starting
He's
to
a
burn.
Lovecraftian horror figure, because the more you get the more you're in the proximity of the man, you degenerate.
Your brain cells, the last of them, just start
Yeah.
fucking running out of your ears so
Fucking
they could.
fish people.
Fuck, man.
All right, give it to us.
Yeah, I was about to say 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
And the time has long since passed
Yeah.
when we can allow men to abandon their wives
Yeah.
and their children and put them on welfare, whether those children were begotten in wedlock or out of wedlock.
Yeah.
I say we've got to say to these men,
Force
you
them to work.
support your children and bring them up
Yeah.
as good
Yeah.
citizens of the
Yeah.
United States of America.
I wonder who he's thinking about when he's saying all this.
Yeah, you know. Who is he telling to force to work? You know? Because, like, how are you going to do it? Like, these people who don't want, like, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say there's fathers who are just not there. Are you just going to, like, force them by the state to work?
You gonna pay that child support.
I just find that a bit ironic.
You know what I find funny? I wonder, like, did the Republicans turn really hard on child support?
I mean, they were against welfare and, like, supporting programs. They
Yeah,
believed
but
in
child
the
support's
church.
a little different because it targets black men.
Well, the Republican belief is that support community groups like the church should be the places, if you really do need help, those are the places you should turn to. And the belief is that they were the ones that would cover you.
Because it
And
seems like
that's
old
all you
Pat.
really needed. But the truth is that because they didn't fulfill the promise, people went to the government to fulfill the fucking need.
Well, it seems like a perspective on that on the right was that you got to hold men responsible.
Yeah, but like, one is some of them were in jail because of the fucked up drug laws.
Mhm.
Two is some of them will just not be there.
Well, my only
Because
point
some are
was that
scumbags.
it seems like they switched on it because the Republicans have gone into this weird Sigma shit where they don't want like child support is like
modern conservatives.
yeah, modern conservatives like hate child support. Child support's a fucking scam, right?
Yeah.
So isn't that kind of weird how this is actually arguably one of the few good things they're good on back then.
To be fair, do I think that Pat Robertson would have,
Paid child
mandated
support?
child support? No.
No.
Or he wouldn't have mandated minimum requirements, because there's workarounds
Oh.
you can do where you hide the amount of money you make. You can
I have
quit
a
your
guess why
job
he's
or-
against it. Because he wants to prevent divorce.
I mean, it could be he is a Baptist. He filed under as a Baptist minister, no? So like he could be like, oh, no divorces for you, sir. But from a quote from
you get
yours
divorced,
truly,
you're gonna lose your own money, motherfucker.
also he said that men wanda, and that's why men will cheat.
You're not wrong. They're a bit all over the place.
It's fucking schizophrenic, and they say that with the general American people, that their ideas and their ideals, their morals, it's schizophrenic. In one place you can be super in one way, the other position you can be super in another, and they're incongruent with each other, and it's very apparent with Pat Robertson.
Yeah, and he's not like at brain degradation age just yet.
No, I mean, people say that's just how it is with the general demographic. They just hold very opposing beliefs.
Yeah, he's 60.
Yeah, I think it makes it worse with Pat because he is such a radical.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's just gonna get further and further divided.
Yeah, no, he was like 60 something, I think, or possibly even like 50 in this, because this is in 1988, right? So if it was 1990, just because the math's easier, he would be 33 years younger. So 35 years younger if you add that too. So he would be 57? Yeah, no, 58. Yeah, something like that, like 58,
Well,
57.
plus 20 years to the fact that he was very fucking religious. Just like go 20 years back in on the moral train.
The Sith effect, you know.
And just let you know, like, born in the 1920s, 1960s, there were still some black houses getting bombed for being bought near white communities. Like, he lived during a very, very racist time. So, like, there's a lot of room. Okay, like,
yeah, you know,
and you can also make the argument that, like, well, a lot of people during that time were racist. You have people like Wilbur Gary and other people who bought homes next to white people. People who were veterans, and there would literally be hundreds of white people coming up to the black people who bought a house in a white neighborhood. They're just like, "Get out of here!" Like,
you know, I was
throwing
gonna say,
fucking
like,
bricks.
oftentimes when we talk about that, it's, we always talk about like why old people shouldn't be in office anymore. And now that I'm thinking about it, like, some of these people were in office, like
yeah.
he was literally, he fought in Korea.
Yeah, no, like, it's... Look, I understand there's a lot of experience and knowledge that comes with being old, but also the old biases and the stains of the country that are left behind. Like, you look at the Supreme Court justice during that time where you try to get rid of racial housing. Some of them had to actually abstain themselves from the court case because they were part of the racial housing with covenants. Where they're just like, oh, whites can't live with black, yada, yada, yada.
You know what? At least they
Like,
abstained. I feel like
Which you
if
could
you're
say that's
Thomas,
a lot. Huh?
remember, if you're Judge, what was this, Thomas?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought about that for a while, and I felt a little like iffy bringing that up. But I'm like, these people who lived in racially segregated houses had more fucking legal integrity than Clarence Thomas, whose wife was part of a criminal case that the Supreme Court would go after. And he didn't abstain himself. I mean, he's directly implicated. His wife is part of it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just
Scumbag judge, man.
It's fucked. Like, I mean, what else is there to say about it? Like, okay, like, how did these people have more integrity? People from like the 1950s.
How did some real classic racists have more integrity about their racism? That's fucked up.
To be fair, though, I don't think they thought they were going to be living amongst, minorities.
Oh yeah, I know. If
they
you
probably knew that they were.
If you ripped them out of the '60s and threw them into the 2020s,
yeah, they'd explode. They'd fizzle into stardust.
Dude, they would go back and declare war on America.
Yeah, they started.
They'd join the Nazis.
Red Scare, just McCarthyism for all racial issues.
Yeah,
it'd be horrific.
You want to keep going through this, or do you want to move on?
I guess move on because.
Yeah. I think we got a lot out of this one.
Yeah, Pat Robertson.
I guess this one's more a prompt, and I guess we'll just close it out with a discussion, I guess, at this point. Let me put the prompt up first, just because. So, for those of you who grew up in the early years of YouTube and YouTube political and atheism, politics and atheism.
People
Pat
like
Robertson.
Oh, fuck. This is a really old version of Amazing Atheist TJ Kirk.
We can watch the video, or are we done? If you,
we can go over it. I also watched it when I was younger in high school, when I had a back in,
as you want. Run.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. It's fine. All right. So,
So when I was in high school, I listened to a lot. I mean, you listened to him a lot more.
I was more in the atheist side, and you were more in the political side.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of politics.
He got me into Kyle, and I got him into TJ.
Yeah.
It's basically how it kind of went, to an extent.
Secular Talk, Amazing Atheist.
Yeah. And,
luckily I had some affirming figures in my life for atheism, so I didn't have the rebellious need as much, I guess.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I will say that, like, growing up as a young atheist, like when I was, because I kind of
Yeah.
started that change when I was like 12, 13 years old, and having the amazing atheists around during that time really did help that transition because it gave me the arguments I wasn't smart enough to come up with on my own.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's really what these people are really like. They're really good at, whether it be the Amazing Atheist or Secular Talk or Vosh or David Pack. They provide you with the cohesive thoughts and arguments to present your ideas in a way that you couldn't because you were baby brained.
Yep.
Like me or him. We didn't have the tools at our disposal, but you gave us the tools to build our fucking thoughts and ideas.
They
good.
talked a lot about especially TJ, the Amazing Atheist, talked about Pat Robertson a lot, and that's because Pat, he's obviously a fundamentalist, so he was the target of not just him, but the Drunken Peasants, his podcast. So I a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like I basically saw Pat Robertson filtered through him. In a weird way, this is actually kind of a special episode for me because I'm kind of doing what one of my influences did.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Father like son.
I just hit you hard, huh?
Well, it's weird. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever thought about the effects it would have on the next generation.
Takes time to see it.
Yeah, I know. It's weird to even think. It's like, well, you would end up talking to people who, reaching out through posting on YouTube.
And they may never even know who we are.
Yeah, I mean, who
Maybe,
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But
such a different era of TJ without a haircut.
God, man,
Yeah.
he went through so many eras.
I almost respect like having all the changing haircuts. I personally don't like keeping the same hair. I always I get a haircut and then I just shape it as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So keep it going.
I tried having long hair when I was
It's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, respect for him being able to keep his hair long at this point. But yeah.
No, yeah. Let's watch some Amazing Atheists. Take us back to what was this? 9 years ago,
ladies and gentlemen.
When was this? Oh, 13. God, fuck.
13.
Fuck.
Oh.
We would be 10 years old when this came out.
Oh, we were very young.
Pat, mother, goddamn.
Sorry,
you
headphone
could say
users.
He's a pitiful excuse for a human being, but I don't even consider him a human being. I think the scientific name for his species is actually Homo parasiticus. Because let's face it, this man is a
douchebag.
He is a carrion human. He is a vulture in a cheap human costume that fools only the most ignorant, or at best the most naive. There is no tragedy that he will not exploit. It does not matter how high you pile the bodies. He will always see an opportunity.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many rivers you could fill with the tears of the victims. His heart will not go out to them because he has no heart. Where his heart...
What the fuck, DJ? Were you reading Amazing?
I'm about to say,
if you ever listen to this, were you reading a lot of poetry or reading like Shakespeare? What the?
It's a lot of monologue.
What the fuck is this? It's kind of beautiful, but kind of tragic. It's like a madman raving in the cave.
Oh.
Should be, there is only a gland that secretes opportunism and money. This man, and I call him that in the loosest possible sense of the word man, is a hideous and twisted and mangled parody
Just watching him
of a human
shake
being. In 1976,
back and forth.
more than 30 years ago, and again in 1980, Pat Robertson said,
They made fun of that on the Drunken Peasants. I watched this shit for so long.
His beard would change.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, do you remember his I don't want to. God, I was gonna say it. I can't say it. His bald head phase. I can't say skin in combination with that because then YouTube may get mad at me again. So I'm okay. I kind of liked that era because he looked like an eccentric musician
Fighting religious fucks.
Yeah.
That's the part that mattered.
Page
saying
boy.
I'm a beautiful soul.
Page boy.
Huh?
Remember the page boy haircut?
That the world was going to end in 1980.
We've been fans for a long time. It's a little crazy. Actually, like, yeah, no, the fact that I'm seeing this go back this long has actually broke my brain a little.
He did not say that it would probably end in 1982. He did not say that it might end in 1982. He said that it was guaranteed, and those were his exact words, guaranteed, to end in 1982. According to him and his view of a supposedly infallible God, the world was supposed to end in 1982.
Just all the eye contact. I'm scared. Yeah, like holy shit. This era of YouTube is different. All right,
we're socially anxious, so
just
we
all the like. Just compare this to modern YouTube and how things are. God, like.
No, he has you strapped to a fucking chair.
To be fair, he's adapted. As time went on, there's the reason why he survived for the years. He was, yeah.
No, he has you tied to a chair and he's screaming at this at you.
All right.
Yet, here we are. 2010. The world seems to be chugging along just fine, Pat. Why is that?
Don't you love that, by the way? The amount of, like, something that I really want the Christians to do again, just because it'll be such a fucking lark?
The end of time date?
Another end of time prediction.
Yeah, another 2012, another...
Oh, 2025, it's gonna happen.
It would be great, but
I
like
want
at
it.
the end of the day, it didn't affect them. I mean, it got people riled up, and then when the day came and passed, they still stayed.
It's content.
It is content.
It's
sure.
content.
In the eyes of the creator, it is content.
Look, I'm a vampire. This is content.
Mm-hmm.
They're vampire. Look, if I'm a I'm like a lowly fucking beetle, just eating the shit of the fucking vampires as they kill off humanity, okay? I'm not the problem. What am I talking about?
Fuck. I don't know.
He doesn't know either.
I'm surprised he's gone this long without showing a clip of Pat Robertson.
The 9/11 attacks. What was that due to? Oh, well, that wasn't due to terrorists. That wasn't due to unrest in the Middle East. No, that was due to the ACLU.
This is a very different style of YouTube.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the part I'm mainly thinking about now. Is just like it was such a different style.
Oh. Okay.
Very good in the monologue and speaking forthrightly and addressing the audience. I mean, say what you will, but it's still good. Like, it's...
Don't you want to see this?
Sure.
I think we'll close up this. I think this kind of brings it full circle.
What?
Yeah?
The Haitians responded?
They responded!
Oh.
Christy, something happened a long time ago in Haiti, and people might not want to talk about it. They were under the heat.
Dude, I know we listened to this already, but...
I like how the black chick is like, what?
I just
What are you
can't get
talking
over
about,
how
Pat?
he always sounds like he's dying.
But he wasn't. All right, he lived longer than most. He got
He-
to 93, all right?
His body wanted to die, but his evil fucking heart kept
as
him
evil
alive.
as he was, for some reason, it made him live longer.
My
know?
theory is that the evil in his soul kept him alive. His body wanted to fucking die 20 years ago, but his dark soul said no.
No, just gotta
You
keep
will
feeding off
drag
of
your
it
body
for-
across the earth
Yeah.
till I'm satisfied.
Ah, God.
Heel of the French, Napoleon III and whatever. And they got together and swore a pact to the devil. They said, we will serve you if you'll get us free from the French. It's a true story. And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal. And they kicked the French out. The Haitians revolted and got themselves free.
Oh, so this is what I meant, by the way, by it being old-fashioned racism. The Haitians didn't do it themselves. They had to get the devil to do it.
There's no chance that one of, if not the only, actual minority revolution against colonizing powers is because they did it themselves. It's because the fucking demons of hell came to support them. It's God
I love Power
damn.
Robertson's head lore.
He lives in a fucking fantastical land. All right, he lives in a world beyond our understanding. He's in that world now. I mean, he's he's there.
God damn, that's
All right,
that's kind of cold. That's kind of cold, that statement.
As cold as saying that the Haitian people
are demon worshipping monsters.
They signed the deal with the death. Like, dude, what the fuck? God damn. I like how the fucking the gas or Coles, wherever she is, she's just sort of there, like, oh, okay.
I'm getting paid to be here.
My job's secure.
I can't. I shouldn't. Well, no.
God damn.
Just the exact opposite. What do I say?
Oh.
What do I say?
But ever since they have been cursed by one thing after the other, desperately poor. That island of Hispaniola is one island. It's cut down the middle. On the one side is Haiti, on the other side is the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic is prosperous, healthy, full of resorts, etc. Haiti is in desperate poverty. Same islands. They need to have, and we need to pray for them, a great turning to God.
Pray for him.
He made a statement last night.
Oh,
said, Haitian, we had a contract. My parents got a contract.
Hey, Mr. Haitian.
Yeah, Hans Marty.
That's why.
Oh, Hans Marty. No, he's the CEO of Big Haitian.
Oh, God.
We get hurt by this catastrophe. I want Pat to go back to the history.
Tell me.
Haiti, my parents came to Haiti.
I'm going to speed you up a little bit.
From Africa and spent 300 years of slavery. And finally, they decided to say, enough is enough. They fought and they got their freedom. They set the way for everybody to be free. They did not believe because of the color of the skin they should be slave of somebody else. If you say you're a man of God, a God who believes that another human being should be your slave, my friend, you won't. We did not have no contract with no devil. And because of our hard work, Haiti also changed the way people work. We used to have a workforce called free workforce, where people see you on the street, they look at your color of the skin, and then they brought you to work for free. That's what the slavery system. And because of my parents, that's changed today. Haiti play a role in the world, but you can't forget that. You cannot take that away from us. If it is that, because of that, you said, we have a curse, we have a contract with the devil. No, my friend. We got the freedom from God, because God created everybody equal.
I think I'll end on that. I like that one. Just a little side history, a little extra history about Haiti.
It is a nice message to say freedom didn't come from God, but from the fucking devil. You know, like
that's a good point.
It's really fucking. It shows where somebody like Pat Robertson's mind was at. You know, it's. Ugh.
You know, I was gonna also add this point too, is that after Haiti won its freedom, the Western powers, because remember, this is the Haitian Revolution happened during slavery, global Western slavery. The Western powers would essentially, like the way we treat like Cuba. Imagine all of the West treating Haiti like that.
They're just hit with enormous sanctions.
No, they got blockaded and no one was allowed from their country. Like, they weren't treated like a country. Because they were afraid of, those of you who want to learn something, go look up something called servile,
they're afraid of other people knowing and other people taking as an inspiration, like a spark.
Servile rebellion, it was a servile uprising. I forgot the exact name, but the slaveholders of the United States were terrified of the example Haiti set. So, Haiti did play a huge part in the history of the world, and in the history of freedom. So, fuck you, Pat Robertson. I hope 6 feet wasn't deep enough. 6 feet deeper, bitch. And that's all I gotta say. What about you?
Rest in hell. Fuck, man. Like, look, appreciate a family that loved you, maybe grandkids. I feel bad.
I ain't talking shit about them. They got all Pat Robbie's money.
But you as a person, you were bad. World's probably better off with you not sharing your horrible thoughts.
Goodbye. Good luck and one love to all y'all. Bye. And yeah, fuck you, Mr. Patty.